Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Romeoville Coliseum. Tonight, your undefeated Spartans, under the guidance of Mark Howard, play host to the Steelmen of Joliet Central, coached by Lawrence Thompson. Tonight's game is between two SPC rivals, and the winner will set the tone for the conference dominance. For the Spartans tonight, tonight's game is the first of 6 games in a 10-day span. The Spartans enter tonight's game with a huge amount of momentum after winning the WJOL Thanksgiving Tournament. Alongside me tonight are my co-hosts Phil Wysick and Ted Ralstab. Coverage of tonight's game is provided by RHSTV with cooperation of the Village of Romeoville TV under the watchful eye of Mr. Jack Randich and Kevin McHale. So without further delay, let's go to Phil Wysick for your starting lineups.
Thank you, Stefanski. Starting off with the visiting Steelmen. Number 1, senior DeMarta Hill Holmes. Number 4, junior Dakota Joaquin. Number 13, senior Jared King. Number 20, senior Keaton Gregory. And number 35, senior Kendrick Williams. And starting for your undefeated Spartans, we've got number 5, senior Ikena Okiki. Number 11, senior Mike Salter. Number 21, junior Zach Gibson. Number 24, junior Destin Whitaker. And number 33, senior Noah Farrell. We're finally back, boys. Seems like it's been a long time, but we had a really fun season last year, and kind of excited to get back to like this season, you know. There's a lot of question about what this team can do after losing kind of, I guess you could say, that star-studded lineup we had last year.
Yeah, and this is a back-to-back years they won the WJOL tournament, so that's a good momentum, a builder for the program.
Wasn't last year they had the championship game against Joliet Central again as well? It was like almost like deja vu. You beat them in the JWL tournament, and then you got them a week later at home, or actually that time it was away. That is what I do like. They bring in a new student every home game to sing the national anthem there. We should play outside. I think every coach should have to deal with what Stefanski and I deal with.
And nobody goes to the Spartans.
Well, what is it? A couple years ago, the Michigan State opening game was played on an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
And that's the first foul on number 35 for the Kendrick Williams. That'll be his first for the Steelmen. I mean, I think one of the keys for success throughout this entire season will be rebounds and free throws. We've struggled with that a little bit through the last few years.
My one concern that I want to see, and I was talking to some other people about this, is, you know, last year we were kind of that like high flying, alley-oop, everything dunking offense. You know, we lost a lot of those players. But one thing we lacked a lot last year was our defense. What does our defensive game look like? You said the rebounds. What are our defensive rebounds going to look like?
We'll see how that transition, early on, offensively, we're averaging almost 71 points.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also giving up 61 points a game. So we'll see how
I mean, this is our first game in 2 weeks, right? We had that 2-week layover since the tournament, so he had a lot of time to kind of get a first glimpse at his team and then to work on things.
And then they have, like I said, 6 games in the next 10 days. Now Farrell's a bigger body out there. What is he? They go 6'8", and he's probably they say 2. Yeah, no, he's more than 210.
You know, one thing that we had last year is we'd come out, sprinting, gung-ho, transitioning like crazy. There's Salter with a pull-up. But what happened is later on during the game, we got really tired and we kind of just sat back instead of running that type of offense.
Yeah, turnover.
We'll see what happens here, but in that last offensive possession, Joliet essentially jumped into the zone. Looks like they're going back to it. Trying to mix
Ooh.
up.
We got to make those under the paint, or in the paint.
Looks like we're going to sit back in a 2-3 zone here. Actually, I don't know. It almost looks like a hybrid there. That's good defense, just a tough shot.
That's the first lead for the Steelmen, 4-3 with 5 minutes left, 5.5 minutes left in the quarter. Yeah, with a quick catch and shoot there. Ooh, that's going to be out on us. That was Gregory with the shot there, just off, and a long rebound went out of bounds there. Coach Howard and Coach Thompson looking sharp there on the sidelines with their suits. Oh, that was a tough one. Now, is he related to the other Okikis that rolled through here?
I don't think so.
Oh. That was a nice little move by him. It's an 8-3 lead for the Steelmen.
There you go.
We look a little out of sync.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad Salter kind of pulled it back and kind of reset some things here. Oh, another turnover though. That looked like a travel.
I'll tell you what, Central's got some good hand placement. They're moving their hands as we go to put the ball on the court. It's about an 18-footer there. That's a 7-point lead now.
Not how you want to, I guess, I don't want to say start a game because we started off pretty well, I felt like. Bringing it to the big man in the paint, bucket in one, you know. Since then, we are solid 0 for 6 shooting with 3 turnovers.
Yeah, I think a lot of that, that momentum shift a little bit is from the turnovers. It's allowed Joliet Central to get some easy baskets. I'm sure that's something that Coach Howard was talking about. Probably try to settle down the guys. And, probably a little bit more about recognition of their defense. Joliet Central's done a nice job of mixing between zone.
I think maybe you just got a lot of home court nerves, you know what I mean? You're undefeated.
First
Your
home
fans
game.
really haven't seen you play yet. You're trying to put on a show. Maybe they're just thinking too much about it. There's Noah. Gets it to rolling.
Wow. That sat up there for a second.
Maybe this is just my perception, but it doesn't really look like either team. That's going to be a turnover by Joliet. They don't really have a big man. Everybody has like a short lineup. Like our big guy's what, 6'5"?
No, Farrell, isn't he 6'8"?
It's listed. So maybe it's just that they're both that tall that I don't realize it. You know what I mean? But they all just looked at that size to me. I mean, like, I feel like the game's evolved so much now where your big men are taking 3-point shots now, even in high school and college and the pros. Yeah. I mean, you no longer have your Luke Longley where if you didn't get the ball in the paint, you don't get it to him. That's a tough basket right there.
It's a solid move right there.
Go to the line for the traditional 3-point play. So cutting into that Joliet Central lead.
$10-8 now. With we're encroaching 2 minutes on the game, or on the quarter. It's a long three.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, that is up and in by Dakota.
It's like a 25-footer right there.
That's his 5th point. And a quick answer by Joliet Central. We got a battle for the ball, and it's going to be a jump ball going over to Joliet Central.
I'd like to see a little bit more motion on offense. It feels like we're just moving it around the perimeter, not a lot of like movement in the paint, any type of picks off the ball.
Yeah, waiting for somebody to make a move.
Now Central's made a few substitutions, and we still have our original 5 out there. Julian Miles entered the game, and a Griffin, number 12, entered the game. Looks like a little smaller lineup here for the Steelmen.
But then again, it just appears that way because our 6'8" guy is right next to their other big guy who's probably 6'7".
No, they got they took out where's it got number Griffin? He's only 6'3". They don't make him like they used to.
It's good, solid defense by the Spartans.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely making Joliet Central work for it.
Here's that hybrid right there.
That's
if that's their
nice move.
center, you know what I mean? He's going from the three-point
There's a
line.
quick 2-on-1 break. Over to Whitaker for the slam dunk. There gets the crowd going. As the Spartans reach double digits.
For a 3.
There's a rebound for Joliet Central. Another putback, but they're battling under the basket, and that ball is going to stay in the hands of Joliet Central.
We're really struggling with the rebounds here again.
So with 18 seconds, Joliet Central is going to be taking the ball out of bounds underneath their basket. Had a little slight delay, but I think they worked things out. We'll see if Joliet Central looks like they're going to try to play for the last shot. Spartans staying in that man-to-man.
Oh, I see a 25-footer here coming.
And I was thinking more of a 32. Right here, look, pull-up jump shot fade.
Get a quick shot. Then that's
great
exactly
defense.
what the Spartans want. Coach Howard's all fired up. So they had 18 seconds, and they couldn't get a shot off. So at the end of one, Joliet Central has a 13-10 lead over the Spartans.
Now, you said the first time they played in the tournament, what was it, 77?
77-72 was the final.
Yeah, they're not on that pace right now.
Yeah, after that cold start of shooting there, we kind of picked it up. You know what, we went 1 for 6. After that, we won 3 for 3 to pull back within 3 points here. While Joliet started to struggle, I think they only made 1 basket since that timeout from Coach Howard. They're shooting 5 for 12 right now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is just off the defense and, you know, trying to get some easy breakaways. I think it looks like Romeoville wants to push the ball, but they have to get those quick rebounds out to the outlets so that they can get the ball up the court quickly.
We have, Trice entered the game, number 40, for Farrell.
And Keaton Foster, number 1, also came in, I want to say for, is it Gibson? Yeah, for Zach Gibson. So these are 2 new players that we didn't have last year. I think they came up from the sophomore team, if I'm not mistaken.
So Joliet in a 1-3-1 defense. And the nice board. As Salter pulls up off the mark but gets his own rebounds, fighting for the scramble for the ball. Joliet Central comes away with it.
This is a scrum.
And nobody's able to quite control it there. Joliet Central finally gets it. They got a man underneath. Couldn't convert. And the Spartans come away with it. So very sloppy start to the second quarter.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy right there.
As that's Trayton Trice just off the mark.
Oh, how was that
not
out
a
of
travel?
travel?
There it
Yep,
is.
and there's the traveling
I
violation.
think he picked up the ball since the 3-point line there.
Get the "you can't do that" chant going.
Yeah, where are we at?
You can't do that. Minute into this second quarter, no score so far this quarter, right?
Nope.
See how the Spartans try to attack this. Key is, yep, that's exactly what you want to do.
Yep.
And that was
Nice
a nice
move.
pass.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got to make that. That's 4 or 5 times under the basket we've missed.
I will say that's pretty good court awareness by Mike Salter to get that pass down low. So you got Okiki at the line.
He's 1 for 1 from the line.
So we've got 3 team fouls on the side of Joliet Central and 2 for your Spartans. That's up and good.
It's interesting we only put one person. I mean, maybe you're just trying to instill confidence. Hey, we don't need somebody there. Just stay back. Or maybe because, like you said, free throws was a point of emphasis since last year. Maybe that's all they've been working on, where they're golden.
Well, he's 3 for 3. You got
Hey,
the
if
stat
you
sheet
do it
over
like
there.
that,
on
you can
free
have
throws.
everybody back there all the time.
But we're 4 for 4, I believe, in free throws. Or unless he just had his 3. Yeah, because then Noah
Farrell hit one.
Noah had one.
So a 3 way off the mark. As Keaton Foster brings the ball up the court, that's over to Whitaker from the corner.
Just short.
Trayton Trice battling for the rebound. And
Jump
another
ball.
jump ball. Oh, and then we got a timeout.
He was about to call a jump ball. How could you
Yeah.
call a timeout with that?
It looked like it.
He was about to do this, and then he get awarded the timeout.
So Coach Thompson was awarded the timeout. Yeah, and that's going to be his first timeout.
I would say that's home cooking, but
I
yeah.
don't know.
So with 6:22 left here in the first half action, we got a 13-12 Steelman lead.
Now, I think this weekend, I believe the Palms or the Cheer. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get yelled at. One of them, or maybe both of them, have a competition this Sunday. I believe they've been practicing pretty hard. But I believe this Sunday in Wilmington. I thought one of the students told me.
Wilmington.
I thought
Yeah,
that's
I don't
what one
know.
of them said that.
That's a nice little drive. Well, good luck to them.
Looks like we're going to a little 3-2 zone.
That's a
long.
three-pointer.
It looked like from 40 yards.
Joliet Central comes away with it.
There's another 3.
And that's the one thing
God,
when
that's
playing a
another-
zone, you have to be
Yeah.
very careful because you really don't have a man to box out. You're kind of boxing out an area, so rebounding is crucial.
Well, it took us 3 times, and we finally got a defensive rebound here.
So that's Okiki off the mark. Whitaker almost comes down with it.
Well, we're almost about 3 minutes in, and we haven't seen a bucket besides the 2 free throws. Both teams shooting 0 for 5 and 0 for 6.
And that's going to be a foul on Keaton Foster.
That's his first, right?
That would be his first, team third.
He's just a junior, 6-foot junior, whopping 155 pounds.
Yeah, you are definitely right. We are a long way from scoring 77 points.
Yeah. Pace is a little slower today.
The game's moving by pretty quick, if you ask me. It's not really like in the past. We've had a lot of physical games, you know what I mean, where both teams were kind of just trying to establish dominance almost over the other. Here, it's what we've had a total of 6 fouls. You know what I mean, in about 11 minutes or whatnot.
Farrell's checking in the game. Salter's coming out. So we're going with 2 big guys underneath.
So there, when they bring Farrell in, they move back to a man. So moving away from that matchup zone.
Oh, right under the basket.
Nice pass,
Oh,
and that's going to be a foul. I believe that's going to be on Foster.
that's going to be his second. Yeah, we let a guy get underneath wide open.
So Khalid Griffin is going to go to the line for 2. Makes the first. All points so far come from the cherry stripe.
I was about to say, quarter of free throws. They say the game's won here, and currently right now I think everybody's perfect at the line.
Well, a point of emphasis, and
Yeah.
you know,
15-12, 4:45 left in the second quarter.
Taking a little bit of selfies here.
Gibson makes a move, can't
And-
connect, but the big man comes down with it. Battling, trying to get it up off the board, off the backboard. There's Gibson coming away with it again. 2 big rebounds.
We're just struggling.
That was a
Jeez, both teams
Another
struggling.
turnover.
This is sloppy.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting when you get 2 of the better teams in the conference to play each other early, because what you see today is going to be probably nothing compared to when they get in stride towards the end of the season.
Well, that's what you hope. At least,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good point. That's a good point. That's what you hope happens.
Yeah, that was just a bad turnover right there.
There's a pull-up jumper. The shooting has gone cold.
Free throw line, perfect. Oh,
Another turnover.
I'll tell you what, the Steelmen have been, their hands have been up in the passing lanes. They've done
And
really
there's a
good job.
layup. Finger roll up and in. That's
There's your
number 1, DeMarta Hill Holmes. It's his 4th point. Is that the first bucket?
That's the first bucket of the
that's
quarter.
The first bucket of the
They're
quarter.
1 for 7,
Wow.
and we are 0 for 9.
Yeah, they're not going 77-71.
They have to really light it up in this second half. There's Foster.
There, nice little pull. 1 for 10.
I don't know. We just look a little sluggish. Maybe rust from not playing for so long.
It was 2 weeks. That's a great no call on defense and a great
We
play
got a
by Whitaker.
one-on-one. Gibson makes a move. He's going to be fouled and go to the line for 2.
I will say Gibson's shirt a little tight on him. Showing off the muscles a little bit.
So here we go. This time we put 2 up there. Still perfect at the line. Tell you what, completely opposite of what last year was.
Yep.
Defense is picked up, but then again, normally the score was like 30 to 20 some or whatever, and here we are 17 to 15, but
First miss of the night, free throws. So with 2:30 left in the half, we're down. The Spartans are down 17 to 15 to the Steelmen.
ooh, that's a turnover. Nice defense there by
Oh,
Okiki,
that's
and then we're going to give it right back.
Oh, and that's going to
gonna
be
an easy layup.
Yep,
Yeah.
easy layup by DeMarta Hill Holmes. His 6-point, 19-15 lead with just over 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
We are just sloppy with the ball right now.
The Spartans haven't really been able to answer this zone defense by the Steelmen.
No. There you go. Now they've dropped down 2 big guys in the paint, which I feel is what we need.
So that
There you go, yep.
1-3-1 zone is just kind of giving us a little bit of fits. And there, that's a nice move. It just, once again, can't connect, but the big man up and in.
I thought they were going to
That's
call us
Sparrow.
some traveling on that one.
The jump stop, 2-step layup, buddy.
Yeah.
That's his 7th point of tonight's game.
Oh, that's yeah.
That's going to be on Whitaker, I think.
I'll tell you what, the reason why any of that was possible on offense there is we dropped another big guy in the paint, which brought one of those guys in the zone to drop down in the paint as well, giving a little bit more room on the outside there.
Any of you listeners, we got one more full week of school, and the following week starts finals. Christmas is almost here.
Tell you what, the
2 weeks
semester
from today is our last day.
flew by. Flew by.
But we will have Romeoville basketball. What is it? We got another home game next week.
I believe so.
Next week, Friday.
I think we've got a total of 5 with a potential of 6 broadcasts.
I'm telling you what, when it comes to the passing lanes, Central is on fire today.
Yeah, so that ball's going to remain with the Spartans. 77 seconds remaining.
7. Are we playing for one here, it looks like?
It looked like he called for it.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I thought
That ball would have been over my head.
it looked like Farrell was
There's
setting
Salter
up.
for 3. There's a quick outlet by Joliet Central and a quick 3. Both teams definitely trying to push it. We got a one-on-one, and Gibson up and in. It's going to be his 3rd point.
We can get a stop here and tie it up at half, or even hit a 3. We haven't hit a 3 yet, too.
No, and Whitaker's had a couple. I mean, he usually lights out from behind the 3-point line.
Well, I think last year we were pretty good 3 shooting
Oh, yeah.
team.
Now, last time about this time, Joliet Central stayed for 1, but the Spartan defense held him without a shot.
Why don't they call the carry anymore?
That's something
Too
that's gone by the
subjective.
wayside.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul. That's going to be a second.
Is that on Whitaker?
Yep. Reaching in.
That's going to be, what, his second?
I believe so.
With 6 seconds left, you got to play a little smarter than that.
We got number 0, Jonathan Perez, checking in for the Spartans. 5'9" senior. And number 35, Kendrick Williams, 6'5" senior.
I got a Johnny Perez sophomore. Obviously, that's not him. It is an orange out tonight. Band's out there in their orange. Band always, Clark Anderson's always doing a good job with them. So here we go. 3.
Oh, and
come
that's
on.
not what you want to see.
Who are they
So-
calling that on?
A desperation
I think they're
three.
calling that on Jonathan Perez there.
And he's going to be bailed out as number 4, Dakota Jakeem, is
Oh,
going to be going to the
no.
line for
They called
3.
that on Salter.
Now, I believe the girls' basketball team starts tomorrow. They travel to Oak Lawn for the holiday tournament.
They,
I know they play
playing tonight.
at Joliet Central, and then
Yeah.
the tournament starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think they're 1-1 in the conference right now.
Yeah.
I think they lost to Plainfield Central, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it's they're going to go 4 different days to play in the tournament. I think it's maybe it goes Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday again at Oak Lawn. I'm sure after school that's a nice drive with traffic.
Yeah. Driving over to 95th,
Yeah.
Southwest Highway.
Yep.
Yeah, it connects on all 3. And that will end the half as the Joliet Steelmen have a 24-19 lead over the Spartans.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Spartanettes, the cheer palm, they're going to perform for us. So we will see you in 10 minutes.
There's no time to waste. We're ready to play. Everybody knows the blue, orange, and white. Underestimated. The top of Dream Lions. And these Spartans are strong.
Well, welcome back to second half action as we are about to tip off the remaining 16 minutes of tonight's contest as the Spartans are going to have to claw their way back into this game down by 5, 24-19.
And it looks like we're starting out with the starting 5 from both teams today.
So a very low scoring affair. I would imagine, I know for the Spartans, but probably for Joliet Central, they're well below the average pacing of what they score in a game. So the Spartans in that man-man. And there's a nice rebound by Whitaker.
Our, Farrell at half led with 7 points for the Spartans, and who was second? Okiki with 5 points.
He tried to add there, but couldn't quite make it. Most of the points in the second quarter came from the charity stripe, as both teams were struggling to make a basket.
Yeah, you got two kind of high-profile teams, and I'm not impressed right now, like the way they're playing. Either of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty sloppy.
I mean, you mentioned the championship game, and there's Gibson for 3. The championship game was, what'd you say, 77-72?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
You know
rims,
what, though?
rims are different.
They played.
Got the Carney rims out here.
They played several games in a couple days, so they find the rhythm. Here, they, like you said, that's going to be 2 for the Steelmen. They haven't played in, what'd you say, over 10 days.
Yeah.
That's Holmes' 8th point tonight, as the Steelmen jump back into that 1-3-1 zone.
Well, let's see what Coach Howard came up with to attack this zone that's been struggling, or we've been struggling with.
And that's going to be a jump ball, yep.
And that's going to stay with the Spartans.
It's just, I feel like not enough movement off the ball. It's going to be a turnover.
There's a turnover.
It's been passing turnovers.
Yeah.
There's Salter with the ball over to Gibson. Gibson drives, gets fouled.
You know, one thing that we kind of lack, I guess, from last year that created a lot of opportunities is, last year we had Blakeney who would drive to the hoop, draw an extra defender in, and he'd kick it out. And that's how Whitaker, and Salter and who was our big guy last year? Why can I not think of his name off the top of my head?
Dustin.
Not Dale.
Well, we had Johnson.
Dante. That's what would happen. We would drive into the hoop, draw a defender in, and then we'd kick it out. Here we've got 4 guys around the perimeter, 1 guy in the paint, or even if 2, there's really no move. They're just kind of going side to side, putting the hands in the air. Yeah, and we're not even giving it to them.
And wave them like you just don't care.
That's right.
So 2 minutes have gone in this quarter, and we are still a 6-point game with the Steelmen up 26-20.
There's some good man-to-man defense.
I'm surprised that wasn't a kickball. That's a good block out there by Whitaker, and Salter with the rebound.
I mean, Salter, I'm surprised he's there.
There he goes.
That's his first point.
Yeah, you were just about to say.
Yeah.
Not on the board yet.
Nice play by Gibson.
I think he's trying to draw the foul. That's going to be a charge.
Yeah. That's going to be offensive, yep.
He should have gave that up. He picked up his dribble about, 35 yards from the basket.
One day we're going to go out there. We're going to measure this out to solve this.
Well, I believe the free throw is 15 feet. The, 19-9 or 21-9 or something?
That's what we could never figure out.
Yeah, but I think every game we look it up.
There's a great defense.
Oh, we're going to get it?
Save it, buddy.
Is that considered a travel?
No, he's going to say his foot touched. It's good hustle right there, though.
Yeah. It was a nice defensive play, strong hustle.
Well, we got Sam Keppel down there, a normal RHS. He's been up here with us in the booth. He's calling the plays down there. Did you see him screaming at the official?
Coach Larry Thompson over there just wants his team to just be moving in and out of the paint. And
well, it's just trying to create some
yeah,
space.
Exactly.
Let's be smart with the ball here. Come on.
Oy.
We're picking up the dribble there from.
It looks like a little bit of arguing here between our own guys. It's not what you want. Come on, be strong. Be strong.
And Salter
That's
comes
got to
away
be a
with
foul.
it. He drives the lane, and there he picks up the foul. He's going to go to the line for 2.
I think he literally probably got fouled 3 or 4 times before that one that was called actually happened.
It's funny, like the refs have let a lot go, and then other things they're
Chippy.
quick on the whistle.
Yeah. For instance, and I'll pull this out, that three-pointer at the end of the half where it didn't even look like he was touched.
Yeah. Well, I think some of it might be coming down from RHSA, like what to look more for this season. Because that's always like in football, when I coach football, it would be like the emphasis this year is this. So we don't know what the RHSA has told them. So I'll defend the Zebras, even though I'm not a big fan. I mean, I've always said all officials, all sports, all levels, bad, 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 bad.
Well, Salter makes both from the line, and
but then again,
Spartans down by 2.
If you think you're in a better official, please. The IHSA is hurting for officials. They're begging for people to come out. So
in
if
all
you
the
know
sports.
a sport, if you know a sport, and you think you're somewhat knowledgeable in it, and take the class, heck, you get paid. You get paid to watch a sport you love.
We've had Keaton Foster check in for the Spartans.
Spartans playing some pretty good defense here and help defense.
I don't. Is that going to be
I think that's on
Foster?
Yeah, I
It's
believe
going to be his
so.
third, I think.
I think he reached in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Whitaker or Salter have come out of the game yet. No, Salter came out one. No.
Yeah, for brief.
Yeah.
It was a very brief minute.
Yeah, I don't think then Whitaker hasn't come out, has he?
No.
Well, I think what was the average one? 18.5 points a game?
Well, he is not there right
Whitaker's at 18 points per game,
And
4.5 rebounds, and
now.
currently
2.
Whitaker's sitting with 2, and I think they came from the line. And same thing, Salter. So there's your average scoring. Where's that? Where they're at. I mean, technically all 5 starters are averaging double-digit points right now, and we don't even have one guy. We have one person halfway there, and that's what's it called? Farrell just went out, and
He had
then
7, I
Okiki's there with 5.
Salter trying to drive, kicks it over to Foster for 3. Off the mark, but
there you go,
Gibson up
Gibson.
and in. Nice job by Gibson. That's going to be his 6th point. Spartans still down by 1 with just under 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Gibson's a pretty good athlete. He's a football player, and you can tell he's a little thicker than the rest of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he kind
There's
of
great defense.
revolved between playing quarterback and
And there
receiver.
goes. Oh, they call him travel?
They're going to call it traveling violation.
That's a. I think what it was is he didn't have the handle on the ball right away. So since he touched it and took a step, they called that a travel.
Wow.
Oh, that would have been a huge momentum swing right there.
Yeah, we would give the Spartans a lead. On a dunk.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we've got some good defense here.
Nice job by Whitaker.
Yeah.
And there's a turnover.
Unless they're going to call a foul on here, push on Salter. Actually, I don't know where he's pointing. He's saying ball out on the end line. That's going to be a foul on number 1, DeMarta. But I'll tell you what, our defense has stiffened up a lot here. Whitaker's had a couple good defensive plays. Foster's had a couple good plays in Okeke. I mean, like, they've been playing pretty well.
You know, it doesn't matter what sport it is. Football, basketball, it just rugby. Offense is pretty.
Yeah.
But defense wins championships.
Unless you're the Chicago Bears and you have Rex Grossman at quarterback.
True. They should have left Kyle Orton play.
Oh, yeah.
Is Kyle Orton, where is he at?
Growing his neck beard in Denver, probably.
He's been out of the league for a bit.
Yeah. We still are struggling behind the three-point line here. Our fans are just waiting to just erupt here.
You remember he made all that money? He was driving like that little Prius or something.
I love it. I love it. I love those players who just like live well underneath their means.
Well, the starting running back for the Denver Broncos is a rookie. Lives at home with mom and dad.
Love it. What's it called? Our quarterback for the Bears.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, he wanted to save money. So he's from Denver, plays in Denver, just lives in his old house.
Trubisky, Pace came up to him and said, I'll draft you under one condition. He's like, what's that? He's like, you got to drive that old Oldsmobile you're driving right now for the whole first year. And he did. It's a nice pass. There you go.
And the fall. Left-handed shot by Gibson, giving the Spartans a lead. And he's going to go to the line for one.
Here's another fun story for you. Christian Pulisic. Yeah, fun fact. Christian Pulisic, plays United States soccer and then plays for Dortmund over in Germany.
Yeah,
I know you don't know that. Anyways, plays professional over in Germany. His mom had to drive him to practice in the games because he wasn't old enough. He got dropped off by his mom at practice and games at a professional, like one of the top leagues in Europe, because he wasn't old enough to drive or didn't get it over there in Europe because he's working on a visa.
That's a good story.
He can't afford a chauffeur.
Yeah, it's called Mom.
That's Mom.
Well, Mr. Rallstab, you have Dad's taxi with the minivan, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you got a minivan?
Oh, nothing but luxury.
TVs?
Oh, you know it.
Do you have one of those where the seats fold down so it's flat?
Really?
Absolutely.
So you can put all your surfing and kayaking stuff in
there,
there, right?
the surfing and kayaking you do.
That the Rallstabs do?
Skiing. We'll throw skiing in there, too.
It's another turnover, and that's good. Oh.
It's going to be a jump ball,
but
it's
going for them.
Remain with the Steelman.
You got the luggage rack on top, too?
I do.
Dude, you are smart.
Never used it. I detect a hint of jealousy.
No, I'm pretty good.
They say that the minivan is there for all the traveling and necessities of all the things you're going to put in it. But from the conversation we're having, you don't use any of that.
No.
I feel like you could get away with a sedan.
There's probably Cheerios just sitting on the floor, some Cheerios.
In the area.
There's a three by Joliet. That's number 11. Julian Mines.
Couple juice boxes laying around.
In the area where there's only a hole for the seatbelt and you can't get to, and it just is going to sit there for the remaining life of the van.
I just got to sell it. As is.
Well, we're down to under 30 here in the quarter. Looks like we're playing for the last shot.
So that last three-pointer gave another turnover. Oh, that is a beautiful pass, and left-hander up and in. That's Khalid Griffin. As Joliet has a 32-29 lead with 8 seconds remaining.
We were playing for last shot.
There's Salter for three, and that's going to end the third quarter as Joliet has a 32-29 lead, but we briefly took the lead there in that third quarter.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a 4-point swing right there. By us, we were going to shoot for the last shot there of the quarter, and we're passing it back and forth nonchalantly, and they picked our pocket and went down there and scored.
Yeah, we outscored Joliet 10-8 in that quarter, but still down by 4 going into the fourth.
we are easily having way more offensive opportunities. We're just shooting so poorly. And like the reason this game is what it is from the free throw line. This quarter, both teams, 3 baskets, but obviously one being the three-pointer, and then we're just putting them at the line.
Yeah. I guess I realized why I don't teach math. I said 4. It's actually 3.
What?
I said we were down by 4 going into the fourth, and now I know why I teach geography, not,
AP human
not
gov,
math.
or human geography.
Yes.
Human gov. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
You guys are close to retirement, so it's okay if you guys slip up, right?
We're close to retirement. God, I wish.
I just calculated mine. I got 27 more years.
What?
Yeah.
How many?
27. The kids I currently am teaching can have kids, and their kids I could teach.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's something pleasant to think about.
I'm gonna have parent-teacher conferences with my students eventually.
Dude, that's another unforced turnover by the Spartans.
So not the way you want to open up fourth quarter action.
Yeah, we're averaging 4 turnovers a quarter here. If we could just, if our defense stays the same and we just start making some baskets from outside the paint, we'll be fine. Dude.
There's an unforced turnover for the Steelmen. Now let's score here.
Tempo is slowed. And there is a deep 3.
We just cannot like heat up, I guess you could say.
And that's going to be out of bounds, but stay with the Spartans. There's 3 from the corner. Oh, man.
We are in and out.
And there is going to be a push. I don't know if they're going to get Gibson or Salter on that.
Looks like Salter. And that's going to be his 3rd? Yeah.
So that's 14 fouls on both the Steelmen and the Spartans. Steelman running this motion offense.
Ooh, was that not a travel? They're wearing clock out right here. Are they going to do this for 6 minutes?
Teams have tried. I'm sure they would be content to.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be a turnover here. They're messing around, they're going to force some pass. This has got to be right now, minute and a half of possession, right?
Wow. 6 minutes remaining.
Ooh, there it is.
Yep.
There's your turnover.
But even so, I mean, they burned.
Minute 20 seconds. 7:20 is when they got it. Again, they don't do that if we're shooting better than, 30, 25%.
You going to eat that?
No, I'm not. For those wondering what we were talking about, it was the pizza from At's a Nice Pizza, who always helps and sponsors out our Romeoville Spartans, whether it is in sports or academic, with, giving back to the school for whether it be academics or for sports. So anytime you're at home with the family and not looking to cook, order up some At's a Nice Pizza.
They also will be helping. There's a basket.
First 3 of the game. That's a first 3 for them.
It tried to bounce back out there.
They will be hosting the RHS staff holiday party with donations going back to helping families, providing meals for families in need.
Mm-hmm.
So all notched up, 32-32.
We're halfway to the nope, we're a little bit under halfway to average.
5:39 remaining. If you're Coach Howard, you got to look to keep the intensity on the defensive side. And, coaches always say, eventually those shots are going to fall. You just got to keep shooting the ball. But the one thing where you can really control is, that defensive effort.
And just being more careful with our passes. Our passing has been tough. Look, I see Miss Kerwin over there talking to Mr. Travato. She must miss the old the Romeoville building.
Well, her daughter is currently in a warmer place of South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, South Carolina. I believe she's a Gamecock. I believe that's where they are, right?
And I'm not sure where the son is.
The son is at Benedictine currently.
Yeah.
And that was a turnover, wasn't it?
Yep.
There's Salter with the drive.
Oh, that's going to be on us.
And that's going to
So Joliet
go to the Steelman.
actually hasn't taken a shot yet this quarter.
No, really?
All turnovers. They've got 3 turnovers, and I think that was their 3rd possession. That one that they ran for a minute and a half, and the other ones that were just unforced turnovers.
This is far from 77-71.
I don't like going to this zone. Your man defense was working just fine. Then again, I'm not the coach.
They might be trying because
conserve energy, or
well, I think to get them to at least try to make an attempt to shoot. Because they haven't been shooting.
And there's their first shot.
There's a wide open shot from the corner. That's number 20, Keaton Gregory. That's his 9th point.
Oh, that's a foul. And one. Got him right under the armpit.
So that's a huge shot. Destin Whitaker with the and one. That electrifies the crowd.
Give him the ball every possession now. 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. See, I've got, Whitaker shooting 55% overall.
So Whitaker connects, and the Spartans take a 36-35 lead.
So that term comes, he's due.
He's due. And Joliet answers with their own and one.
That's going to be his 4th foul, I think.
That's Keaton Foster's 4th. That's going to be the 11th points for number 1, DeMarte Hill Holmes.
I'll tell you what, I think part of it
makes the
Foster
free throw.
is little, and he's kind of getting pushed around a little bit.
So once we make that huge 4-point swing, Joliet answers back.
Swinging around to Whitaker. Yeah, he's demanding the ball. Oh, and he jumped right into the jump ball. That's going to be a turnover. I think he tried forcing too much.
It's getting a little chippy down on the court. Refs sort it all out. Joliet's going to come away with the ball.
I got to go ahead and compliment number 13 here, Jared King, for his beard. I wasn't able to grow a beard like that till my sophomore year in college, so give him props. Oh, they're going to start calling everything now, aren't they? If that's on Whitaker, that's going to be his 3rd.
I don't think King has even taken a shot all game.
So we got a couple players here in foul trouble. We got Salter with 3, Whitaker with 3, and then we got Foster with 4.
Yeah, but three with 3 minutes left, I don't.
When the game's getting chippy right now, where the game is slowed down considerably.
We're going to take it to the rim right here, get a little dunkage on them. We'll be all right.
I like to see Okiki get back his dunk he had in that third quarter. Wow.
So misses both. 38-36 lead for, there's
Here's
Foster
Foster.
from the corner.
Oh.
And that is off the mark, but Gibson comes
Nice
away with
pass.
it over to Foster.
Oh, that's got to be
goal.
goaltending. And I think that ref did count it. Yep.
So the basket will be good. Game's all notched up at 38.
3.5 to go. That's close, though. Because is it when it touches the backboard, or is it when it's on its way down?
On its way down, I believe.
That's what I thought.
Oh, and that's going to be a foul on Salter. That's his fourth. That also is going to put Joliet to the free throw line in a 1-on-1 situation.
In a tight game like that, you don't want to see your stars being in foul trouble, have to play kind of passive, you know?
And Dakota Joaquin connects. So breaks that tie. Connects on both, 40-38 lead. Just over 3 minutes remaining. There's Whitaker with a huge drive, and there's a foul. He's going to go to the line for two.
I think that's like 5 straight possessions with fouls. I think his teams are getting more and more aggressive to the hoop.
That's going to be the 6th foul on Joliet. So next one's going to put the Spartans at the line in a 1-on-1 situation.
I think Whitaker has 8 points in this quarter right now. I think he had 2 going into this fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's his 10th point. Looking to tie the game.
Farrell's going to come back in. Salter going to take a little bit of a breather.
They're probably going to go defense-offense here.
Mm-hmm.
I will say we've been shooting the free throws a little better tonight
Yeah,
than we
oh
had
yeah.
last year. But still, the turnovers are killing us here.
Free throw shooting's definitely kept us in this game. Oh, deep three.
Got to get that
Box out.
Rebound to Joliet. 2.5 minutes remaining. Joliet with the possession. Spartans in a man-to-man. There's a drive to the paint, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
I was about to say he pushed off.
He pushed him, yep.
And here you go, Salter coming back in. Looks like Farrell's going to come out. Stefanski, you could coach, run this whole thing yourself, man. You know everything.
No.
So game all tied up at 40, 2:15 remaining.
A little full core here.
Who do you think's got the momentum right now? I mean, it's a good question. It is like
Whitaker.
Yeah, I think
a good
he's
point.
definitely
Yeah.
he's feeling it.
But he's not doing anything to open up here.
Nobody's
He's just
setting a
standing
pick
here.
for him or anything. Oh,
He's just standing here. I would think he's the hot guy right now.
nobody's setting a pick. Like, this is what I like. Here.
So there's a clear out for Salter. Pick and roll over to Gibson. Joliet comes away with the rebound. Minute and a half remaining, all notched up at 40.
Timeout.
I think you got to get the ball to Whitaker here.
So that's going to be a timeout. Joliet Central, that's going to give, actually both teams have 3 timeouts remaining. So 1:28 left. It's exciting.
40-40. I'd rather have an exciting game than a blowout.
Yeah. You know, so this is opening of the SPC. It's opening of defending the Romeoville Coliseum.
The Romeoville Coliseum. I see the boss is here, Mr. Wysick.
Yeah.
The boss is here.
You talking about Mr. Kinder?
Yes, he is here.
So, offensively, you think Whitaker?
Whitaker,
Yeah,
get the ball
but
to Whitaker.
you gotta free him up.
You got to make a move.
Yeah.
He's got to make a move to get an open shot. He's just standing there, and I think just standing there is not opening it up for a shot here.
Like he's looking for just like a kick out, I feel like, but we're not driving to the hoop to draw his man in. Somebody's got to set an off the ball pick for him is what I feel like we need to do.
But before you can worry about that, you got to worry about defensively as Joliet gets the inbound.
And we've gone the Farrow.
There's a nice pressure.
Oh, get up,
Almost come away with the steal.
That's good help defense. Organized, there's one guy open over here. There you go.
We're approaching a minute here.
There's a drive kick out. And
Travel.
That's going to be a traveling violation. He was better off just taking the shot.
Timeout by Howard. He's going to talk it over. You think he's going for one shot? I don't see
know.
why
I don't
not
think
if we
at 50
can.
I think if you have Whitaker wide open.
Oh, no, you take it.
Yeah.
But I say you don't rush anything.
Well, you do want to set yourself up for a good
good shot. I completely agree.
There's still plenty of time, 52 seconds, so you're definitely right. There's nothing that you have to rush here.
Because I feel like if I'm Joliet, I'm not going to play super aggressive. I'm going to pack, inside the three-pointer and make them beat us from there, if anything.
Yeah, neither team has really demonstrated the ability to hit that outside shot with consistency.
I think there's 4 total. Whitaker's got 2, and I think 1 of each on Joliet there.
Maybe I should suit up good on there. Drain a three for him.
We're going to give you
Show us how
we'll give
it's
you
done,
Gibson's jersey.
I don't even know with a girl's ball if I could hit it.
You just go up there and dunk it.
If there's coffee in a donut.
I feel like you were the man.
It's like Shaq.
In a street game, you were the first pick because you just got underneath the hoop. You just go like this.
Right, yeah,
That's
right,
it.
Right now,
What do you think he'd be listed on the paper? 7'4",
7'4",
360 pounds of pure muscle.
Oh, it'd be like that'd be nice. It'd be nice to be 360. I haven't been 360 in years. A little full court press here. I think the full court press type of thing here, you slow it down, but I think sometimes that opens up for that easy layup.
Yep.
Looks like we're playing for the last shot here.
There's Gibson over to Foster, back over to Salter. So 30 seconds remaining.
I'm trying to see if the play is going to be to Whitaker here. They're just waiting to set a pick for him or something. They're just doing motion up top right now. Just doing kind of like a weave. Let's see here if we got something coming down from below.
And there is Coach Howard calling
I wonder if that
timeout.
was planned. Run off 35 seconds. We'll call another timeout to actually draw up the play now.
Well, now
Maybe.
you're definitely playing for the last shot here with 15 seconds.
He might have been seeing to see how aggressive they're going to play.
This is the most timeouts he's used in 2 years.
So coming down to probably one remaining shot, either to win this game or to send it to overtime. So what do? Coach?
I'm thinking we go for a long-range three. And what's going to happen?
We go right to the half-court line and just shoot it from there.
I think we're going to go for a three, and it's going to be off, and it's going to be a tip back in, and we're going to win with a tip in.
Are you ready for this? This one. Salter's going to get the inbounds, or Okiki. Give it to Salter. Dribble around for a little bit. Whitaker's going to start on this near side. He's going to get double picked all the way across, and he's going to get hit right over there by our managers for a three-pointer.
But we
Calling
don't
you right
need
now.
a three-pointer.
I know we don't, but that's where it's going to end up. That or all right, I'll give you give me 2 yards. A yard inside of the 3-pointer and 1 outside.
I don't know
All
if
right?
you ever use the phrase yard, or like use the word yard when it comes to football
Okay, you know what?
or basketball.
Yeah, well, when we come to football, we do, and soccer, we do. Basketball, sorry. We should use meters. You're right.
We should do soccer games.
Dude, I told you, I want you guys to.
That would be. All right, someone's running down the court, kicking the ball, or no?
I just
Here
want to do
comes-
that just to say goal.
Double pick. Oh, nice. Oh,
there's
you
a-
had him.
To Okiki.
There's the tip in.
Oh, it doesn't
Come on.
go. Scramble
Get it.
for the ball. Kiki's got it. And there is
Oh,
a
timeout.
timeout. Whew. 7
Dude,
seconds
he
remaining.
had a good
Man underneath.
look.
Well,
he had a good look.
That's
at it.
exactly what you want.
He even had a guy wide open under the basket. I think it was Gibson he had there.
I was watching the play so much I didn't even see the time. I thought there was less time remaining. I look up, it was still 7 seconds. So 7 seconds is an eternity to still set up a play. So that, though, is the last timeout for the Spartans. Exciting. Notched up at 47 seconds remaining.
All right, I'm gonna go tell Howard my play because I guarantee it works.
Text it down to him.
For a second, Stefanski, I thought you were recording me because I'm in there for a little bit yelling at my students.
Here we go. 7.4 seconds. 7.4. Wasn't that the Richter scale measurement of that earthquake the other day?
That's a pretty big earthquake, 7.4 on the Richter scale.
When I sit down, that happens. Jeez. Jeez. Here we go.
Timeout now by Joliet.
And they're going to take a full
Just
timeout.
wanted to see how they are lining up.
Well, you got timeouts.
Hey, you can't take them home.
So do you
Can't take 'em home.
change your offense now?
Of course you do.
Depends how confident you are in the
Well,
you are in the play.
Here's the thing. In basketball, from what I remember, you have multiple plays from the same stance. Exactly. So you can come out lining up the same way. They didn't know. If I was him, can you call timeout once they make their break?
Now,
Yeah.
That's why a lot of times you see that
exactly.
you make that initial break, then
And
they
then-
try to call that
Now,
quick timeout.
my question though then is, this early in the season, have they done enough scouting to know what plays?
Well,
are
they've already
going?
played each other.
I know, but it's still early though. You know, I don't know. I mean, how many plays do you actually have in this early in the season?
4.
You said that with conviction.
You at least have 2.
That's your homework.
Stacked and boxed.
That's your homework for next Friday. Figure out how many plays.
I want
Coach
you to go
Howard
there
has
practice,
in
and
the
I want you to scout them. When's our next broadcast? Did we figure out who we're playing next Friday?
I do not.
I'm going to say Plainfield East. I don't know if that's true.
Drive.
There's a shot by Salter. Big rebound. Oh! And we are going to overtime. It looked like there was a foul, but
It looked like they forced that shot too. Like Salter was too far from the rim.
I looked like he was a little bit off balance.
yeah, wow. It definitely could have called a foul there, too. Refs let that one go, but we're going to have an extra 4 minutes of high school action.
If I'm a ref and I'm going to call that foul, it better be a foul. You don't want to be that guy who dictated a game off of something that's, if this or that.
Well, once again, we outscored the Steelmen 11-8 in that fourth quarter to notch it all up at 40. Now here's where potentially foul trouble could become an issue.
Now, do you think they go offense, defense again with Salter and Farrell?
With 4 minutes, I think so. We haven't made more than 4 baskets per quarter. We're shooting a total of 13 for 41. Woo! Joliet over here shooting a solid 12 for 31.
That can't be too much.
They're practically the same.
That's why we're tied up at 40.
Yeah, and we've both been shooting decent from the free throw line. So
Wouldn't it be something we win by 10 right here? Like we get all excited.
So here we're back at center court for the tip.
It's one of those awkward tips.
Joliet, Joliet Central's going to come away with it. So they get the first possession of overtime. All tied up at 40. Now teams can settle back down a little bit.
I'll tell you what, Joliet likes to move the ball around a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, because their possession average is like 30 to 1 minute, I feel like. And I honestly put that towards our defense being a lot better than what we've been last year. That looked like a travel.
Oh, yeah, I
drive,
don't know.
that's
That was cheap.
Is that on Okiki or is that on Farrell?
Dude, I don't know. I thought that was a pretty questionable one. Looked like the dude took like 17 steps to the rim.
That's what it definitely looked like. He traveled.
Yeah, that's going to be the third team foul on Ikena Okiki. And number 4, Dakota Jokum,
That's his 11th point.
makes the first.
He's as cool as the other side of the pillow. Wow.
It's a nice Stuart Scott reference. Connects on both. So Joliet takes an early 42-40 lead in overtime action. Joliet jumps back into man-to-man. Here's Salter with the ball. It's like a little design pick and roll. There it is. Over to the big man who
Yeah,
makes
it's
a
a
nice
great
spin move
spin
up
move.
and in. Beautiful job, Salter to Farrell. Coach Howard firing up the defense.
Getting down to 2 minutes here.
Yeah, 2 possessions. There's a steal by Gibson.
Oh, nice hustle, but
Somebody mop that floor up. What's going on? Where's the guy? Don't we have people hired yet to mop it up when somebody falls, like in the pros?
yeah, that's it.
Right here.
Yeah,
Right here.
got a slick spot on the court.
2 minutes, 2 possessions. It's a lot different from last year. I remember, I think it was the Joliet West game. It was just a turnover, like not turnover, transition, just like speed game. All it was, down the floor, down the floor, down the floor, down the floor, down the floor.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Much.
Here come the professionals. Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. It's over there.
Look at both of them.
Can't see it, just wipe it anyways.
Oh, yeah. It looks good. Dude's like just kicking it there. He's like, I'm good. Yeah, it's good.
And the crowd gets a free towel.
Halfway through overtime, 42-42.
We could just go overtime, and get up to our 70.
Like that LSU Texas
He's
A&M.
going to
he's
step
out
on
of
the line
bounds.
and he's out.
Like, I don't understand. The kid that turns and looks at the official standing right there. You don't, like.
You're not looking at your feet when you're dribbling.
Yeah.
And if you are, I don't think that's proper basketball right there. You should
No.
be looking up. Is that IHSA for basketball? There is absolutely no tie. We go into like 3 o'clock in the morning. Don't we have like a 3-point shootout in soccer?
Battle Royale. It's a good question. At that point, I think everyone would fall out.
I fear for the fact that Whitaker hasn't taken a shot in a long
goodness.
time. He probably lost it.
Another unforced turnover.
Every turnover is worth so much. Oh,
Is that
that
not
looked like
double
a
team?
carry.
Yeah. That was like a delayed call.
It was almost like the
It's like-
official was like, did I see what I think I saw?
Oh, every single turnover is so crucial right now, the way they're playing, where every possession is roughly 45 seconds long. Watch us take this down to about 20 seconds.
I don't know. I think you get a good shot here, you go. I mean, we playing good defense.
I agree. There you go. You got him now. Kick it out to Whitaker. Big man going up. Tap back in. One more.
Oh, there we go. Nice tap in by Farrell.
It was almost like volleyball.
I didn't see what happened there.
Cramp, 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 cramp. Oh, you can see his calf all cramped up right here.
Point that toe at you, buddy. If that's literally what it is, I can't tell.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it is.
it was.
Yeah.
Now, do they automatically, now if an athlete gets hurt in basketball, like here, yeah, if a kid gets a cramp or anything like that, is it like in football, they have to come out for a play?
Same way with
Is
soccer.
it in basketball?
It's got to be.
Or
It's
do
got
they
to
call
be.
a timeout and they can stay in?
Because right now it's an official timeout. I feel like, actually, I don't know. Because if in basketball, it might be charged to the team that the player's on. So if that's the case, I'd be ticked off if he had to come out for a timeout that I took, whether it was an injury or not an injury or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't know that one.
I'm not sure. I would assume that they would have to
Come out.
sit
That's
out.
that's.
But I don't know.
I could see that if it was an official timeout.
I will tell you this. I went to locker room before the game, and the 3 officials were in there loosening up, stretching.
Hey,
They were.
the older I get, the more I know I need to really warm up. I can't remember. Is it our ball or their ball? It's their ball.
Yeah.
It was right after the basket.
I'll tell you what, though. From up here, you could see the cramp, like when it first happened. Get
That's
some
the
water.
worst. You can't get it out either. Like right now, it's just you jump again, it's going to come right back.
Get some water. You'll be all right. Oh, they're wiping off the floor there.
Professionals back out it again.
Now, who checked in for us? Foster?
You know what I want to see? I want to see these. What are those called? The
Tubas?
the tubas. What do they call it?
Tubas.
No, I thought there was
Sousaphone.
Yeah, I want to see the little snake they do in football.
When they run
Here
around,
in basketball is what I want to see.
Oh,
Let's go.
let's get a turnover here.
Crowd's getting into it now, making a lot of noise. There's your turnover right there.
Scramble for the ball. Spartans come away with it, and there's a
And there's
timeout.
timeout. We're going to get it.
I think Coach Howard looks a little excited right there.
That is good court awareness by Destin Whitaker. Once he saw Salter have possession of the ball, he was immediately calling a timeout.
That might have been the most pumped I've ever seen Coach Howard.
yeah.
Coach Howard was screaming, yeah! Like, you know, we've had a few lean years here and there. I remember a couple years ago, probably about 5-6 years ago, we had a couple years where we just struggled. And it's nice to see the team having more success and the fans out here. That's good. A lot of teachers I see out here, faculty members out supporting the kids. It's good to see. So what's the game plan? Keep away, or are we going to take
Well, I
another
would say
shot?
We're gonna get
you
fouled.
Definitely,
We're gonna get fouled.
That's what you got to do. I mean, you got to imagine Joliet's going to try to go for a steal, and if they can't get that steal, that they're going to foul. And they're going to try to make this a free throw game, which fortunately
We've made every single one, I think.
we've done very well.
Well,
at
we've
this-
missed
at the
one,
free throw
but
line.
knock on wood.
Yeah. But you got to imagine from Joliet's side, they're going to try to get a quick steal first.
Oh, yeah.
So full court press, over to Salter. That's probably the person you want with the ball. Over to Gibson,
There
cross
you go.
court to Keaton Foster. Back over to Whitaker. So that's a beautiful press break.
Yep.
And Gibson attacks the basket.
Oh, no! Why are you passing the ball?
Oh. That is unlucky that he touched that after that deflection.
So you're going to give a possession over to Joliet Central with just under 20 seconds remaining. Joliet down by 2.
Oh, the fans are getting into it. Down to 10.
There's a turnover by Gibson. The Spartans are going to come away.
Oh, no! Turnover foul!
Joliet Central, there's 2 seconds remaining, and there's a
Oh,
quick timeout.
he called the Joliet Central guy out of bounds right here.
There was a foul right here on Gibson that wasn't called.
Yeah, but they called it out on Joliet Central right here, I think, when
I
we
think
had
it
the
was.
errant pass.
Yeah, he went for it
Is
to
that what
save
it
it.
was?
And I
Wow.
think his heel was on the line or
Errant
ball
pass.
touch. Yep. We are getting extremely lucky here with these 2 turnovers late down the road.
And there is a timeout called by Joliet
Yeah,
Central.
that errant pass of ours.
Yeah.
I thought the
let
Central
it
was
go.
going to let it go to get the ball, but he went to go grab it and slid and was out of bounds.
Mm-hmm. They needed to wipe that side of the court up.
Wow. Dude, that's a tough call. Like, I mean, obviously, we're up here and we can't see it, but it'll be interesting how, but if, you know,
Well, we don't have replay yet?
with the home clock, how much time would have ran off if it would have went out of bounds? Where was I at? I was somewhere.
I feel like it'd be the same.
Where was I at where the home team like stopped the clock with like 0.1 in football? Where was I at this year? Where they ended up getting the visiting team got one more play for a touchdown. And I was like, oh my God!
Oh,
Seriously,
wow.
like it's like your own home cooking went backfired.
Wow.
Do you throw it up, tap it, like?
I think you try to throw it right over to this corner.
Yeah. You just got to get a touch on it because that ball doesn't start until a hand gets on it. Oh, they're going to call an out of bounds foul here. Or off the ball foul.
No, I think Foster's going to go to the line because the guy threw him to the ground. I don't know. How was his free throw? Do we have his free throws?
I don't think he's been to the line yet. I think he's one of the ones. This is the time the
So
crowd
here's
doesn't get
Foster's
rowdy.
got the ability to ice this game.
Yeah, he's all 150 pounds of him.
Oh. The clock didn't even move. I don't know what's they calling it a timeout, but since it didn't hit the rim, yeah, if it doesn't hit the rim, I don't think. I think it's an automatic out of bounds ball there.
So Joliet Central is going to get
Dude, if he would just nick the rim.
one chance.
Oh, we get.
We're getting lucky. It's like right now with the 2 turnovers, missed
Now-
free throw.
Now that just putting it in, does that give them half court then?
No.
Yes, the ball will be taken out at half court. It'll advance.
No, it should be, well, it'll be somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't know if it advances in high school. Like the NBA, it does.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be taken out right over there by the managers?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, no, it's going to be somewhere over,
I think it's
not quite at half court.
Look
It's
for
gonna
the
be
rest.
a little bit,
I
a little
think
bit less than half
I think it's going by the scoreboard.
court. Yeah, it'll be, but yeah.
You think it'll be on that?
somewhere there.
It might be on
I
that
think it'll
side.
be on
yeah.
this side. Good game. Even though this is a low-scoring game, but
We could have some more overtimes to get there, buddy.
Hey, don't say that. Bite your tongue there, bud.
Hey, I'm in it for 3 o'clock in the morning. I want a record-breaking IHSA overtime game.
Yeah, I No.
I want this stream to go viral.
Viral.
I'm still waiting.
If it
I'm not
goes
sure about you.
viral, that means Joliet probably wins this game. We don't want that.
Hey, I'm just waiting still for ESPN's Monday Night Football call for me and you, buddy.
Hey, well,
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna submit our tape.
that's what I'm saying. This goes to 3 o'clock in the morning. People are going to be watching. They're going to wait to the end, but.
So here's Joliet Central, 1 opportunity remaining. And they're going to call their last time out.
Dude, that's such a tough spot to. Wouldn't
To inbounds.
wouldn't they have been better off just trying to go to full court here?
It probably would have been.
Like if he would have waited for some of the guys to get down here and like transition one pass and shoot.
Now you're almost at a point where you have to heave it towards the basket.
Well, you got enough to bring it in. You probably have enough time to take 2 dribbles, maybe 3.
Oh,
You'd,
dude,
you'd,
that's
you'd get a
tough.
shot probably where the volleyball line is right there, between the 3-point line and the half line. Things you cannot do.
Do not
Follow.
foul.
That's just about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially on, on a 3-point attempt.
For us to be in this position to win the game, I think shows a little bit of quite a bit of character, but because we struggled, like we
Yeah.
It's definitely our defensive pressure that,
Oh, yeah.
that brought us back into this game.
Now I'm surprised.
'Cause-
Oh, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they don't throw it right down here.
Nah, no
I
way.
don't know. I don't know.
Oh, they
There you
are.
go, there it is.
Oh,
They bring it in. There's the shot for a 3, and that is off the mark. The Spartans are going to come away with a 44-42 victory.
Dude, my man threw the ball.
yep.
Awesome finish by the
Because
Spartans, having to claw their way back.
I watched the coach came out and personally high-fived or gave a good luck to that number 35. That's why I had a feeling that he was going to get the ball. Wow. Great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exciting game, exciting finish, and more importantly, the Spartans come away with the victory. Wasn't the prettiest of games.
Offensively, no. Was
But,
not a shooting clinic.
No.
Defensively, like I said, I mean, we forced them to have 4 to 5 turnovers per quarter. You know, I mean, that's a great game. That's one thing we kind of point of emphasis was the defense. Point of emphasis was free throws. I think we both improved on that. I just never thought we'd shoot like that.
Hey,
you
I
know?
like how Farrell is coming over here and thanking the fans for coming to the game. I love it. I like it a lot. Look at him out here. As soon as he shakes hands with the team, he came right over here and thanking the fans for coming out. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Hey, it's a great start to this season here. What are we, 5-0 now?
I believe so.
So,
More importantly, 1-0 in conference play.
Yeah.
And we got 6 games in the next 10 days. Well, now 5 more. So, on behalf of we're RHSTV under direction of the Village of Romeoville Broadcast Network, or TV, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for tuning in, right?
Yeah, we'll see you guys. I think it's next Friday against, I want to say, Plainfield East.
South.
It's one of the Plainfields. If it's Plainfield South, we gotta deal with that one kid who threw up 41 on us last time.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Was it Jack Randich?
Just so you know, we're gonna be showcased here as we sign off.
Kevin McHale for
Yeah.
their leadership and all that. And
We'll see you next Friday.